Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tabitha and today I'm going to be talking to you about all the supplies that I use to run my Etsy shop. So over the last year or so I learned a lot about what works for me and what doesn't work for me, what materials and supplies I like and what I don't like. And if you're just starting out setting up your Etsy shop, or if you have some things that don't really work out for you and you're looking for something better, I hope this video will help you. So the first thing I bought for my shop, because I wanted to sell art prints and stickers, was a printer. I didn't have a massive budget to buy a big art printer, so I went with a lower price one that would still give me a good enough quality to achieve, good quality products. I went with the Epson XP 8605, which is a photo printer. I hope I didn't mess up that number. This printer has served me really well. It gives me great quality. The art prints are really crisp and vibrant and the stickers come out great as well. Honestly, for the price tag, it's a really amazing product. The only thing I'm missing here is being able to print in A3. A lot of customers have requested A3 prints and I just can't produce them, which is a shame. So eventually I will be upgrading, but again, for this price right now, it's amazing. It also has a scanner, which is really good because I do use it to scan my traditional art pieces to then edit digitally, and so far I have no complaints. The next thing I bought was a Cricut machine. If you don't know what a Cricut machine is, it's a digital cutting machine. You basically just tell the machine what you want it to cut, any shape or form, and then you put the material in and the machine cuts it for you perfectly. I use this mostly to cut stickers, but it can also cut fabric, I think even thin pieces of wood. It can cut cardboard and vinyl. Of course, a Cricut is not for everyone. If you don't want to make stickers or anything that requires cutting shapes, then you don't really need a Cricut. It also is very expensive, I'm gonna say that, but for me it was worth it. I wasn't at the point where I could order stickers in bulk and be sure that they would be selling. I didn't want to order, 100 stickers at once and then sit on them because they're not selling. I wanted to be able to make things to order, which I still do actually in most cases. So the Cricut was perfect for me. The higher price tag is justified in the quality that the machine gives me, and honestly, the color is also amazing. All that being said, you do not need a Cricut to start a sticker business. So if you'd rather order sticker online with suppliers like Sticker App or Sticker Mule, by all means go ahead. The next thing I then use is of course sticker paper. If you don't want to buy a Cricut, then you probably also don't need sticker paper, so skip this part if you're not interested. But the sticker paper I use is the Evergreen Goods matte vinyl waterproof. That sticker paper is by far the best quality. It produces really smooth, really crisp and vibrant images, and no sticker paper I've tried so far has come even close to the quality. And trust me, I've tried a lot of brands like Online Labels, Photo Paper Direct, all of them. Nothing comes close to Evergreen Goods. This sticker paper is not the cheapest again, but the quality for me is worth it, and I want my customers to have the best quality stickers they can get from me, so I invest in that sticker paper. Next on my list is cardstock. I make greetings cards to order, and so of course I need high quality cardstock to print it, and then of course I also need art print paper to print my art prints. I use different types of stock for each. So this is the cardstock I use for my greetings cards. It's a bit thicker because I want my greetings cards to be sturdy and the quality is so vibrant. And this is the art print paper that I use for my art prints. It's a bit thinner, but the quality for those is second to none. It's a bit higher quality than the cardstock for the greetings cards because I want my prints to last for a really long time. I heard that it's good to use the same brand art print paper as the printer that you use, which is why I went with the Epson paper, but I'm not sure if that's actually true. So if you know, please leave a comment down below and let me know if that's actually true or not. Now of course you need a medium to actually create your designs. While I've recently gone back to traditional art and gouache painting, I primarily actually use digital art for my designs. I have an iPad with a Procreate app on it to create my designs. I have a normal iPad, not an iPad Pro, and the first generation Apple Pencil, and both are enough currently for me to create my designs. Apple products are not the cheapest, and unfortunately you can only get the Procreate app on Apple products. You don't necessarily need an iPad to do your digital designs. You can use free software that you can download onto your computer. You can use drawing tablets with or without a screen. So iPads are definitely not necessary, but I've decided for myself that Procreate was the best app for me, and so I got an iPad. To anyone who's looking to buy an iPad but doesn't really want to pay the high price for a brand new iPad, I recommend going for a refurbished one. That's what I did, and I've not had any problems so far. The app that I use to draw, like I said, is Procreate. I think it's £10 on the App Store. It's a one-off fee, and for the price, it's just mind-blowing what you get. Like I said, you only pay £10 one time, and that's it, and then you get to use the app for free and all the updates that come after it. This app rightfully is the app that most digital artists use nowadays, apart from Photoshop. Hi, it's editing me late in the evening. I'm in my bathrobe, I look pretty tired, but I just wanted to add on that actually when I started drawing digitally on Procreate, I used a Procreate app on my phone. So there is a phone version for it, and I bought a cheap stylus on Amazon for maybe £4, and I started drawing on my phone, and I did really big elaborate illustrations just on my phone screen. So if you can't afford an iPad right now, but you do have an iPhone, for example, you can get started straight away and get used to the Procreate app before committing to an iPad. Alright, back to past me in better lighting. If you're interested, I'm more than happy to make a few videos about Procreate, all the pros and cons and all the tips and tricks that I've learned over the last year. I think it's an amazing app and it's changed my drawing game. Two more apps that are really useful for running an Etsy shop are Photoshop and Lightroom. Photoshop to design, to paint, to edit your designs, and Lightroom to edit your product photos. I use Photoshop on the daily to design my greetings cards, to edit anything that I've drawn, and Lightroom, like I said, to edit my product photography. Now that we've talked about designing your products, let's talk about packaging them. When I package a product and send it off, I want my customer to have a really nice unpacking experience, which means when they open their package, I want them to feel special, and I want them to feel how grateful I am that they ordered from me. Let's talk about protecting your products. Many people, including me, have used and are using cellophane bags or other plant-based clear bags to protect their products because it's really good to protect against rain. However, I recently learned that clear bags, no matter if they're cellophane or other plant-based materials, cannot be composted at home. That means they have to be sent to a special facility to be composted. I don't want to contribute to more damage and waste in the world, so I've recently started switching to glassine bags, which are paper-based and can be recycled at home. I still have a lot of clear plant-based bags left, but once I'm done using them, I'm going to be fully switching to paper and glassine bags only. Once I'm done protecting my products, I wrap them in tissue paper. Tissue paper can be a nice colorful touch to your packaging and also convey your brand identity if you choose brand colors for your tissue paper. And then last but not least, I add a little thank you card and a thank you sticker to close it all off. Thank you cards you can get printed in many different places, but I personally use printed.com because they've constantly provided great quality for me. For shipping, I used to print my labels on my printer and then just cut them out and put them on the envelopes, but that became expensive very quickly because it used so much ink. I recently switched to a label printer which uses thermal heat to print the labels, so there's no ink involved. I just have to buy the labels and it's so quick. The ink that I'm saving on my printer, I already made up for the price that I paid for the label printer. A label printer is definitely not a must-have for your Etsy shop, and when you're starting out and you don't have a big budget, don't bother buying one. You can just go to the post office and pay for your shipping there or or print them like I did at the beginning, but it is something I recommend if you want to keep running your Etsy shop in the long run, because it will save you a lot of time and money. For envelopes, I just use cardboard back envelopes. They're cheap, they're sturdy, they do their job. I don't need anything fancy, so that's what I recommend going with. For larger or heavier items, I use cardboard boxes that I fold. You can find them on many different websites, and they've done their job well, so I would recommend buying them. The last thing I'm going to talk about today is product photography, because once you've made your products and you're ready to sell them, of course you want them to be presented in a nice way on Etsy or your online store so that people actually buy them. Now, I talked about this a bit in my last studio vlog, which I'm going to link down below, or up here, I forget where it is, but I basically just use a vinyl background to provide a nice aesthetic background that is consistent on my Etsy store, and then some photo props that I just gather from around my house, and I take my photos on my phone or my camera. So that is everything I use to run my Etsy shop. I hope this video was helpful to you and that you learned one or two things along the way. I'm gonna link all the resources I can think of down below in the about section or the info section or whatever you call it. And if you have any questions or other recommendations, please leave them in the comments. I always love to learn about new material and new supplies that I can try out. If you have any ideas for future videos or questions you want me to answer in a video, please also leave them down below in the comments. And again, an awkward plug at the end. If you like this video and you feel like you want to follow along on my journey of running my Etsy shop, please subscribe to this channel. It would help me a whole lot. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up so that YouTube knows it should show this video to other people. Now that is all for today, and I'll see you next week. Bye!